Almighty God, ruler of heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our counsels and actions, so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. Amen. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to our session again. This is the Ethics and Privileges Committee. Of course, right here, we get petitions of the Nigerians against whatever it is, the institutions that they have something against, or whatever their grievances are. We try to do our best to find a solution to it. We are no courts, this is the parliament, and we have the authoritarian constitution to do what we're doing. And so we ask them for cooperation and so that we can attend to every one of these cases that we have before us. May I also apologize for this late starting. It's due to the parliamentary demands. The National Assemblies are gone all the time with activities that involves all the senators at one point or the other. And so that's basically the cause of the delay. So we apologize. Having said that, may I yield to my colleagues so that they may introduce themselves to you. After the introduction, then we will start the proceeding program.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleague, invited guests. I remain Senator AGBO, representing the people of Enugu East, member of this committee.
Thank you, Chairman. Distinguished colleagues, invited guests, I'm Distinguished Senator Anthony Siakoya, representing the people of Gombe South, Gombe State, a member of this committee.
I'm the chairman of this committee. My name is Senator Neda Imason, and I represent Edo South Senatorial District. Let's, Claire, can you please call up the first case for us?
So the first case is between Mrs. SANDRA NIMI Hari versus West African Examination Council. Is Madam Sandra around?
Yes, sir.
Now is YUGUDA around?
Yes.
Then the next case is between DCP Judge ONOH retired versus Nigerian Police Force. Is DCP around?
I'm present.
Nigerian Police Force? Is Nigerian Police Force around?
Nigerian Police Force. CHIJIOKE versus Nigerian police. Is Mr. Sonny around? Is Nigerian police around? Then the next case is between Mr. ALFRED E. James, LP of ALFRED and Collins Legal on behalf of Mrs. VERA NKECHI YUGUDA versus Union Homes. Is Mr. ALFRED around? Is Union Homes around? Then the next case is between CC AGBO Esquire on Human Rights Protection, Group of Law and Justice Foundation versus Nigerian Police. So it's at this person before that we should schedule the listing for them.
Both parties?
No. Just the
Police present here.
yeah, they are here. Then the next case is between Paul OGBUAGU on behalf of Landmark Africa and other hospitality and tourism businesses versus Ministry of Works. Due to their call that the chairman has traveled, so we should schedule it for them.
On this landmark, this is the third. This is not the first one.
Yeah, this is the start. Is it?
No. Okay. It's not the first one. It's not the first one. It's not the first one.
Yes, we invited the sir. This is not the first thing.
No,
This is the second invitation.
This is second
Invitation.
invitation, right? Yeah. So second, not first year. Second. If I tell you invitation, Lama is not your invitation.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with the first case. These are big ones.
SANDRA, do solemnly affirm that the evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God in Jesus' name.
Whosoever affirm that the evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Let's sit down. Just turn off your mic. All right. So that we may save time, let me read for you the proceedings so far, so that if you have anything to present, present that. I'll just go to the summary. On 30th November 2023, Ms. Sandra NIMI appeared before the committee but did not make any presentation because of the absence of WAEC that wrote requesting for another date. WAEC wrote to request for another date. That was on November 30th. On 21st February 2024, both parties appeared and made presentations. On the strength of their presentations, the committee directed WAEC to submit the apology letter written by Ms. Sandra NIMI after appearing before the disciplinary committee, and also to submit the policy regulation of WAEC on the matter. On the 15th of May 2024, parties were invited by but WAEC wrote stating that they were busy conducting the examinations and requested for another date. And so we are here today. I'm glad that both parties are present. Does this reflect what transpired in the previous sitting to your recollection?
Yes.
Okay. So, was the letter of apology submitted? Do you have it with you? The letter of apology? And do you have the policy regulation WAEC?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
That the policy? That the policy?
Yes.
Have you submitted to the Secretariat? How many copies do you have?
With just 2 copies.
Can we have them? According to our records, WAEC alleged that Ms. NIMI, Sandra NIMI, wrote a letter of apology to WAEC. And the committee then requested to see a copy of that apology that NIMI wrote to them. And so we have requested that to provide us with a copy of that letter. Two things we requested: copy of your procedure, regulation, policy regulation, and the alleged letter that NIMI wrote to WAEC. Because you allege that she wrote an apology.
Yes, that's an appeal letter.
An appeal.
Yes, for that one is to the head office, to the head office.
Okay, but we're asking for us a copy. What's that? We're asking for us a copy. We're asking two things. Whatever she wrote, whether it's an apology or appeal letter, and your regulation. Because that she wrote such a letter was almost like an admission of the allegation against her, right? And that's what she denied. So if she says she did it, and you say she did, then give us a copy. All right, madam,
Sir?
are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the last sitting, right, we asked for two things. One, that WAEC should provide us with their regulation. And secondly, they allege that you wrote an appeal, appealing to them to forgive you for whatever infraction you committed. Did you write such a letter to them?
No, sir.
So you see where my issue is. So if you say she did and she says she didn't, then we want to know. Because your case basically is telling us that she has admitted her fault. And you are proving that by the letter she allegedly wrote to you. Since she wrote such a letter, it must be in her file. So we need a copy of that letter to help us, to guide us on how we conclude this matter. Because I just asked that she denied that she wrote such a letter. And if she didn't write the letter you said she wrote, and if you found that she didn't, then there's a problem. Let me give to my colleagues who are very sincere.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Going by the report, you made an allegation, and she said that she didn't write such a letter. And I know in law they say who allege must prove. So since they ask you to come with the letter you say she wrote, and you cannot produce it, so this is very simple. Very simple.
Now, if Madam Lee is saying she didn't write, they are saying she wrote and submitted to and now you can't propose it, or you want to bring it yet again? What's the position?
Yes, we would like to bring the letter. It's available. It's not possible.
I'm thinking it's not there.
Yes. Yes.
Why don't you go with it?
Okay.
No, then that other one came. We were not received that came.
Okay.
So we didn't know about it. The last one.
They should have briefed you now when you are going.
All right.
This is the standard.
Clerk. Madam, I want to take a good look at that document. Look at the signature. Is that your signature? That's the submission. That's part of the submission you gave to us, madam.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your submission, right? Okay, go to the beginning of that letter. Well, what's the caption?
The caption is humble appeal on dismissal.
You wrote that letter?
Yes, sir.
Clerk. All right. Sit down. I really don't want to overflow this issue. I want to now look at it, the merit of the case. All right. The issue of whether you wrote the letter, you don't write the letter is not an issue because the documents submitted was brought to my attention indicates that you did write the letter, and that's the letter that was shown to you. Okay. Now, I'll allow you to tell this committee again what happened and what you're asking us to do for you.
Because the whole issue, I am not the one that initiated it. I am not the one that carried it out. It's just that I work in the group. So, and they have heard the truth. The people that did it confess it. But nobody asked them, why did you not tell her? Why did you not let her know? And even me, that time, my brain scattered. Why did you not let me know? So I was working foolishly with you, with the trust that these are people I have worked with for so many years. So based on that, I said, okay, I did not watch them very well. So this is negligent on my part. I don't deserve to be sacked because I am not the one that carried out the act. I did not even have a knowledge of it. It was there in the committee when they asked this one, asked this one. Wow, I started crying. It did not occur to me to ask them, why did you not let me get or have an idea of what you're doing? I see people moving and moving and. So now I want the committee to please stand for me. I still have 3 years to retire. If they can call me back, let me finish my 3 years of service, pay me my arrears for the year plus now I'm living on the sand and mud. Nothing from me. I've never involved myself in such a thing. So it's even a shock and a shame to hear such a thing. Thank you, sir.
The White Council. VERA. What do you have to say? What? Introduce yourself again.
Okay, I can say I'm working. I'm a senior legal officer.
Oh, you're a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So, somebody was here from the right and not you.
Yes, my
We
colleague.
came together.
Yes.
Good member. Where is he?
He has traveled out.
Yeah?
He's no longer with
He's
the
no longer with
services of
the
council.
council.
Oh, he has retired.
So far.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Her allegations saying that the other two parties said she wasn't involved is untrue because two investigative panels went to investigate them on the matter. And the main person that did the act said she was in the know, and she showed him where to put the said scripts. So she cannot sit here and claim that she wasn't in the know and that maybe council did her an unfair thing because she was in the know. Even as the head of that office or the script room, she pointed out where the person was going to fix the scripts to him. So she cannot allege that she was not in the know because both of them told us that she was in the know. She knew about it. And on the last day, she and the others, the three of them came and begged, claiming that we should tamper justice with mercy. So if she didn't do anything wrong, why is she coming to beg? All evidences are there that she was part of it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Madam, who is Mr. Adetunji AA?
He's a head of audit unit.
Head of audit unit. Your position is what?
Yeah, PEO, Principal Examination Officer.
The principal examination officer. Are you under the supervision of Mr. Adetunji AA?
Yes, sir.
You're under his supervision.
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying whether he's senior to you in the hierarchy. That's not what I asked. Are you under his supervision? Is he your immediate supervisor?
Yes, he's my senior, he's my immediate supervisor.
Why? Is Mr. Adetunji still in your employment?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
He's still in your employment?
Yes.
Why is it that you decide not to bring him to so that you can, because he's an immediate officer and superior officer?
Okay. Mr. Adetunji is now Port Harcourt office. Yes, and where the panel visited and all went through and investigated over there, is the head of exams under which the script room which she works is under. But she is the head of script room.
The reason why I asked that question,
Yes, sir.
is very simple about that question. She said that Mr. Adetunji is drawn out to give the key. Give the key. To drop the key to the transcript room to one Mr. Uzandere. That's what she's alleging. Who is Mr. Uzandere?
Mr. Ozari is the staff of Port Harcourt office.
Okay, is Uzandere still still is your staff?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, but he has been transferred to Labour's office.
I asked 3 questions.
Yes.
One, whether Adetunji is a direct supervisor, and she said yes. And the same direct supervisor says she should give the key to Officer Ozamere. And according to what I'm reading here, if the script found its way out of that room, then Adetunji Ozamere should have a place to answer.
Mr. Chairman, sir, the key that she was told to give to Mr. Ozamere, she has, according to the security regulations, one person cannot hold on to 2 keys to the security, any security area.
So one key can open the door?
No.
So 2 of them must be present to
Yes.
open the door?
Yes, they must be present to open the door.
Okay, who now has, she had one, who else?
She's supposed to have one, and the other staff, Mr. Peppo, is supposed to have one because he was the second key holder at that time they were working. So that day, as she explained, she said Mr. Peppo traveled, and so the Mr. Adetunji instructed her to give it to Mr. Ozamere. But she said later that Mr. Ozamere did not collect it from her. So both keys were with her. She can answer to that if I'm incorrect.
Madam, you hear what I said?
She's very, very wrong because on Monday, that day was a Friday, Mr. Adetunji has instructed me because by Monday I will not be in the office so that Mr. Ozamere will take over. We called him, he now said we should drop it in his room. Monday I was not in the office, and so it was Mr. Ozamere who used the key and delivered the script on ground. I was not around. I was not in the office. I was out. I took commission. I will not be available. So it's Mr. Ozamere who opened the door and delivered the script on Monday.
Ozamere with another person?
Yes. You know, in our office, when there is job, they collapse. This person can be here, they will call you, this one call me. There is no specific strict rule, you don't come, you don't come. Whenever we have job, they collapse the office. So anybody can be called from any angle to come in and do the job. There is no strict separation in the office.
Yeah, but I'm still on the issue of the key.
Yes, Mr. Ozamere would drop the key.
So you dropped your key to Ozamere?
The 2 keys were in his room. A police officer was on duty that Saturday. It was on a Saturday when I came in. They called me to come and receive script from Bayelsa office. Mr. the head, he said he would send somebody to join me. I was around 2. I got to the office around 4. I called him. The Bayelsa man was waiting for me. He was even angry that we have kept him too long. But we were not aware of his coming. Nobody knew that they were coming to submit script. I called him and said, I've arrived. He said, okay, let the police on duty and the Bayelsa person join me to receive the script. That was how we now opened the door. If not, we were not supposed to be there.
That was how you know. So, who are the...
Me, the Bayelsa man, and police. That was on a Saturday.
Yeah, but you only have 1 key.
No, they took it because people have gone. As at Friday, when we closed up, exam has finished.
So Adetunji left the 2 keys in his office?
With me. They have already gone. Whenever we are receiving scripts.
So we are back to what they are saying?
Yes.
So the 2 keys were with you?
On that Friday, but we closed late. They didn't stay. By right, AR was supposed to stay till the last person come in to submit. But that day, none of them stayed. I was alone with the police officer and the Bayelsa person. So when we finished, he said I should give it to Ozamere. I called Ozamere. Ozamere directed the police girl to drop it in his room, and that was where we dropped it and we left. So on Monday, Ozamere now took over from where I stopped by delivering the script out.
Council, turn off your Council, basically, is this our first infraction or second or third? According to your records, is this our first, second or third infraction?
Madam Chairman, sorry sir, Mr. Chairman sir, I'll say to my knowledge, I'll say it's the first. I don't know any other one. But any other person might come here and say it's not the first.
So assuming this is the first, how many years, man, have you been in the service?
31 years, sir.
31 years.
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Y, to understand where I'm coming from too, right? It's a different thing if she has a history of infractions. If her file is claimed to this point and this is the only infraction that she's committed, don't you think that just outright dismissal would be too harsh? Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Actually, I will not be able to confirm except the HR department tells me, give me that information. That is the first.
Okay, then, so I want to assume, let us assume, in the event, the assumption that this is the first time, don't you agree with me, don't you think that this punishment is too harsh?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The condition of service is very clear on this matter, sir. And the same condition of service
Says
that is the one that
the particular section, from understanding.
Chapter 10 on discipline.
Chapter 10,
Yes.
entry into throne room.
No, for conditions of service, the other document.
That's one. This one.
Yes.
Is it this one?
Is it the bulky document?
Yes.
This one, right?
There's a bulky one.
Okay, this is the bulky one. This one.
There's one that is security regulations, and the other one is conditions of service. I think that's the one in
Yeah, this small one. It's not bulky.
This one, the condition.
It's a security regulation.
We just did extracts from
So, sir, okay, just under discipline, chapter 10.
Yes.
Okay. Take me to
Under major offenses.
other major offenses. Other offenses. Minor offenses or procedure penalty. Major what?
So when she was found culpable of aiding and abetting examination malpractice, that's under one of the major offenses.
Counsel,
No, sir.
counsel. I just went from in a hurry. I just went through the procedure for handling major offenses. I went through. Did the committee recommend that she, the committee that is set up, did you recommend that she should be fired?
Yes.
Can we have a copy of that? Can we have a copy of the recommendation?
will not bring it.
I think because if you go through 1 through 11, I think, or 12, you are clear to me that that is not actually that you could have done something other than firing.
There are other ones, it's not just that.
Eh?
The basis for them recommending her dismissal wasn't just on.
I know I asked before whether this is the first infraction, and we said on the assumption that this is the first time.
I said I'm not aware of any other one, and he has said that
I know,
HR
I
will be
agree
able
with
to.
you. I agree with you. But
Because we are not, we don't have a file here.
we are still working with the assumption.
Okay.
If you have anything to suggest otherwise, that would be a different story. But as we're in this room right now, the assumption is that she has not been indicted on any other offense or similar offense. If that is the case, and I'm going through the procedure, your procedure for handling major offenses. I don't see anywhere here which says modifier. I'm not, neither am I downplaying the gravity of our offense. I'm not doing any of those things. But I'm saying that I'm looking at these things, and given the fact that, on our assumption that it's the first infraction, secondly, that a woman or a staff that have put in how many years? How many years? 1 years of service. Whether or not that this is not to help. I'm thinking aloud.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Thank you so much. You see, this particular offense tells on the very integrity of the council. It is the soul of the council, examination malpractice. And if we flip over it, it's going to really cause a whole lot of problems for the organization. Now, the condition of service and the security regulations are here, which staff read every year, and they sign to it. Her signatures are there, which she has stating that she has read and understood the security regulations and have signed it. Also, when we talk about the examination malpractice, it has been a very terrible countermand that the devil examination bodies in the country. And she will not say she's not aware that some staff have also been dismissed who have also committed the same offense. And as the head of scripture, she cannot say that she does not know the gravity of that offense. She heads a scripture that's entrusted to her. Allow another staff to come in to swap scripts and take it out with the pretext that she's not aware, which is not correct. Why she has lied, in fact, there are several offenses she has committed, but she has lied to the council. She has put the council into disrepute by that particular action. And she cannot say that she doesn't know the gravity, because this is not the first time such a thing will come out from that place. And with the others who have committed the offense and they have confessed to it, they were also dismissed. So she is also an accomplice, and so she was also. So there's no gravity there, because this is what the penalty is for such offenses. Thank you, sir.
What about identity and examiner? What is their role in this?
Who's Identity is the head of exams, and Uzamir is, I think, reception. Their role, because when this incident actually took place, they were not there. She was supposed to control the scripts and give a report at the end of the day to Mr. Adetunji, who is the head of exam.
But if the council says for the sake of security, no one person should handle 2 kids. Why was that done in this case?
On that particular day, sir, it was not only her that was there. She was there with Mr.
I'm not talking about the number of people that were there.
Yes.
There were 2 persons that were assigned with the kids.
Yes.
Custody. Counsel. I'm talking about the issue of custody. She's the custodian of one of the kids. Who is the custodian of the second one?
Mr. Peppo.
Mr. Peppo, right? Okay. So the day that she went to see the script, right? 2 persons also had been there. Herself and Peppo. Am I correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, was Mr. Peppo there?
From her own statement, she said Mr. Peppo
Wasn't there.
and
So-
she did not inform her superior officer.
Well,
that Mr. Peppo
no,
was
don't
wrong.
give
Sorry.
that. You don't give that to her. So Mr. Peppo was not there. What did Mr. Peppo do with her key, with his key? Right? Are you Mr. Peppo?
No, are you asking me?
No, I'm not asking you. What did Mr. Peppo now do with his key? Because if she had her own key, and she didn't have the key of Mr. Peppo, what the council sought to prevent by giving the 2 keys to different persons, right, would have been avoided. Peppo dropped the key somewhere. Peppo dropped the key somewhere. And so either by whatever default, she now found the 2 keys in whose office you have your own key. And at daily, you said you also leave your key in his office. And then you now ask you to go get the 2 keys from his office. That is a flaw already. Please correct me if I'm wrong so far. If that is the case, then we have to revisit this matter on a serious note, because every other person in this chair will have to come and tell us what happened. And if they have to come and tell us what happened, and they are also poor people, then they cannot be at work working while she is being dismissed. That's what I see it. That's what I see it. When I used to have, how do you call it? Many years ago, when you have a box in the post office, where you keep your jewelries and money and everything, without the bank account. And so your box, the post office, the bank will give you 1 key. The bank will hold another key. The bank cannot open your box if you are not there. You cannot open that box when you just enter the bank, but the bank will now have to come with the key. Both of you will open, and then they will leave you. After you have done your transaction with the box, you lock it, they come and also lock it. You go with your key, and they go with their key. Now, if the bank gives the key to me, right, or I give my key to somebody else in the bank, and they now went in there to do something, I'm very serious. It's very difficult for me to explain. I'm not saying what you did is right. You must get it right. I'm also not saying that what you did in dismissing her might not be your procedure. But I'm saying that going through the procedure, I've seen 2 things. One, instead of dismissing her, you could have returned. Retirement is another option. And I've just went through your procedure of alternative for major offenses. Number 5 says compulsory retirement. It's a serious or final warning to be issued in writing with the implication of loss of both productivity allowance and minimum of 1 year residency in current post. That's an option. I'm saying penalty for major offenses for what you gave to me. 2, loss of increment for a period of at least 1 year, or a reduction to the lower step on salary scale if the staff is at the terminal point of the scale. 3. Suspension from duty with the consequent loss of pay and allowances for a period of at least 4 weeks or no more than 2 months. 4. Demotion in rank, that is, removal to a lower grade with corresponding reduction in salary. 5. Compulsory retirement. 6. Termination of appointment, that is, separation from the council with full or reduced benefits. 7. Dismissal, that is, separation of council with forfeit of all benefits. And that's what you did. You went straight to 7. For someone that had put in 31 years, I mean, we are losing. Let us put this together. I don't want to bother you with bringing Adetuji and bringing Peppo. What's his name again? Peppo here. Is what? On this same allegation.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So I don't want to be careful or to look too much into this, because the council itself is at fault. The council need to go back and review its procedures and be serious about separation of these keys. They must be serious about, I know what happens to the process. When the process is, are you listening?
Yes.
When the process, when you do a process continuously, it becomes too familiar. And so you begin to drop certain things that you ought to be doing. That is why pilots, no matter how many times he flew that plane, before he starts, he goes to his book again and begin to look, what do I do? What do I do? Not that he doesn't remember, but to say you must do that, so that you cannot begin to take it for granted. If you take it for granted as a pilot, then you will be killing everybody every day. And so this is what the council just did. It's a procedure. It has become so monotonous, it has become too familiar, that we do not, it's no longer important or that serious. And so we begin to forget the reason why the procedure was put in place in the first place. So let me ask you. I believe, and I'm going to allow my colleagues to put their piece. I believe that the punishment meted on her was just too severe. Not for somebody that has put in 31 years. Too severe. So I yield to my colleagues to contribute to this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think from the highlights given to you by the chair, there is a need for you to look into this matter once again and see the possibility of doing not what is right, but looking at it with a passion to see how you can assist this the situation on ground, in view of the fact that agreed is a very serious offense, but he has just read all the major offenses that you people have. And the last option is dismissal. And you look at it, I don't know, you have said this is presumably this is the first time she is assumed, or she's said to have committed this offense. More or less she's a first offender. In that circumstances, go back, look into her case once again, and then see what you can do to assist in the circumstances. We were not part of the panel that investigated her, but notwithstanding, from the write-ups and from what we have seen, and the fact that she served WAEC for 31 years, and there is a need for you to look into it once again and see what you can do to. You are all also civil servants. You want to finish your term 35 years without any problem, even if there is at least your prayers for God to make you have that peaceful 35 years. Unfortunately, something happened. 31 years is not a joke. 1, 2, 3, up to 31 years. She only has about 3 years to live. Just go back, look into it once again, and then report back to the committee. This is my suggestion, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
WAEC, by the report before us, this woman has served it for 31 years. And in considering that, personally I feel that the option of sack is very severe. That should have come last option. And the woman on your own part, I don't know why you deny that you didn't write them when you wrote them. I don't know. Earlier it was discovered that you wrote them, and I was taken aback. So, but however, like my colleague said, people should go back and look into the matter again. Tamper justice with Tracy, because having served you for 31 years, she only has 4 years remaining, or 3 years. So that let's have retire happy. So I suggest we should go back and look into the matter once more.
When this advice was given, it's not that we're promoting this kind of indiscipline.
Yes.
We're not at all. But we're only being passionate about the fact that she has spent 31 years.
Yes.
And that is just it. And there are other things that you can do. Just like he has read out, the last option was the one you hammered on her.
Yes.
So why don't you go and start making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
We are suggesting you should look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. That's our recommendation. Do you? I don't want to. I want us to come to final resolution in this matter. Do you have the power to work with system and right? You don't. Okay. So please take our recommendation. We'll put it in writing. We will put it in writing to you, to the council, that we have reviewed this matter thoroughly, and it is the view of that while we're not trying to push on you what you should do, but to consider your own penalties for major offenses. To consider 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 as options. But as a Senate, 7 is more than accepting it. I hate to use that word, more than accepting it. We have to put the force behind it to do that. I don't want to do that. I want us to agree. But I'm hoping that we can agree. Otherwise, the Senate will tell me this is what we want.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, please stand.
Why?
Thank you. Actually, she has given a position that is not the full position. Now, the position she has stated is when the scripts were received. But what transpired actually in the scripts room, the last time we came, Mr. Which Chairman, she stated she was in the room, the security room with Mr. Pepper, because they are the 2 key holders. If there is an infraction, which he is supposed to report, which he reports, that Mr. Pepper, the second key holder, was not there. The day they committed this offense. Mr. Pepper was there in the street room with herself and the police that was on duty. Mr. Obi came into the script room to swap scripts.
Who is Obi?
Obi is also a staff who is supposed to retire, put in 35 years. Mr. Pepper had put in 34 years, second key holder. Mr. Obi is another staff from a different department. Obi walked into the script room and exchanged those scripts. And she is the head of the script room. She was there with Mr. Pepper. The first and the second key holder, they were both there. It was not as if it was swapped behind them. In their confessional statement, Mr. Obi and Mr. Pepper agreed to the fact that she was aware that she directed them to the rack where those scripts were kept. So it's a very grievous offense. And Mr. Chairman, when these two panels, after meeting with their recommendations, the Administrative and Finance Committee, which is the highest decision-making body of WAEC Nigeria, took up the matter, and in their final submission, he gave up, he brought this up, that she they and the other dismissed. So it went through all the hog of that processes, because it was a deliberate act, which was against, which is actually against our rules and regulations, of which she signed after reading through the documents.
All right. I don't doubt that. Turn off your mind. I don't doubt that you would have signed it. All right. It's a grave offense, no doubt. I want to see the recommendation of that committee that investigated the matter. I want to report. How soon can you get it for us?
So the panel of investigation, or the final report from the ANF members?
Both of them.
Both.
Both of them.
Good.
The one that contains
One, yes.
confessional statement.
Yes. Both of them. Both.
Confessional statement.
All right. Now you said Mr. Pepper is
Dismissed. Mr. Obi has been dismissed, and the police also. We all confessed to the crime, and
they were dismissed.
along with her.
So the 4 persons involved in this matter, they were all been dismissed.
Yes.
How many years did you say Mr. Pepper has been?
35 was supposed to be 35 years in October.
And she's 31 years. What Mr.
Obi, 10 years.
10 years. All right, I want to see that. I want to see the report. You don't even need to come. But bring the report, and then we'll make our decision. You don't need to be there. We'll make our decision and communicate it and write it to both of you. All right. And so that would be the decision of this panel. So in this case, Mr. John Cylinder. You are back on session, and welcome you all again to the second part of our hearing. We'll be sitting this afternoon, and we'll adjourn shortly to allow the police show up, and they're here now. So we're resuming hearing now. So clerk, please administer the vote.
I, George CHIJIOKE, do solemnly swear that evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, Superintendent of Police, Jibril Local, do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you very much. Let me allow my colleague to introduce himself.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, invited guests. My name is Distinguished Senator Anthony Siakoyabu, representing the South, a member of this committee.
And I'm Senator Neda Imaswan, representing the South Senatorial District, chairman of this committee. Again, welcome you all to this hearing. Let me just to refresh everybody's memory. DCP Judge ONOH wrote against the Nigerian police force for allegedly failing to pay his outstanding salaries and allowances from 1st of March 2010 to 1st of March 2014. He stated that the committee in the United Senate had organized a public hearing on this matter, but it was not concluded for the winding up of that Senate. And he prayed that the Senate should look into the matter and direct the police to pay his outstanding salaries. On 15th of May 2024, parties were invited before the committee. DCP Judge Ono appeared and made a presentation why the Nigerian police force did not show up. Parties have been asked to appear again today, and I'm glad that both parties are here. Let me start with the police force. Do you have the authority of the IG to be here?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any information for us?
Yes.
Okay.
Honorable Chairman, sir. Distinguished Chairman, sir. Other members of the committee, and everybody here present, good evening. Sometime the Nigerian police received a letter inviting us to this honorable committee in respect of a petition submitted by DCP Judge CHIJIOKE retired. While here, we agreed to go and settle with the applicant. So we had a meeting with him. In the course of the meeting, we agreed that the whole situation is outside the purview of the police. There's only the Police Service Commission that can handle the matter.
Thank you very much. I know the way I saw you that you may have an information for us. First of all, the committee is not very happy that this is a committee of the Senate. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. This is not a committee of the House of Assembly. This is a committee of the Senate. And we have invited the Inspector General of Police. He's not able to come, but I would have expected that the police command will send officers of higher rank to appear before the Senate. And the reason why we stood down the proceedings in waiting for you was because I was able to understand that the commissioner of police or something of that nature is coming. It's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock now. We went back to our offices, to other committees, stood it down, and came back to wait, only to now be told that the only inspectors we sent to appear before the Senate. It's a very serious committee. Sometimes I don't know how to let people understand because we don't want to be sleazy about this. So convey to whoever you report to that the Senate is not happy at all, that they are taking us for granted. They are taking the Senate, the legislative arm for granted. We screen the IGP, you know that, before it becomes IGP. We screen him, we ask him questions, and then we vote and say it can be, or we can vote to say it cannot be. He comes before us, and now he cannot come, he cannot send a high-ranking officer to come and present him. But you cannot make the decisions that we want him to make. And our gentlemen have been here. This is the second time. The first time, police didn't show up at all. And this is the second sitting. I also think they have not showed up because this is just something to indicate that yes, they got our request for them to come, but that they won't come. That's basically what this appearance is telling us. And you're telling us now that you met, the police met, and you now concluded that it's the Police Service Commission that can handle this. If that is the case, are you now telling us to now invite the Police Service Commission? Or can I invite the Police Service Commission without the police also coming? So we're not happy at all. This committee is not happy at all. And I need you to communicate that to the superior, that this committee is not happy at the way they are taking this committee for granted. And we will not really accept that. Sir, where do you reside?
Port Harcourt.
So each time we ask you to come, you fly from Port Harcourt?
Yes.
And the IGP office is just down the road. And so we make him incur unnecessary expenses just to make an appearance and resolve this matter. And he's been treated as if he wasn't one of yours in the past. I wonder what happened to the esprit de corps that you all profess all the time. So we're going to write a letter to the IGP. And we're going to seriously let him know how unhappy the committee is and that it shouldn't happen again. Who made the decision that it is the Police Service Commission that should handle this case?
The AIG, Police Accountant Budget, details somebody to have a meeting with him. They had a meeting and looked at the case and agreed that police will not be able to handle the matter. In fact, the meeting was not done by the police alone, it was done along with them. And everybody agreed that truly this matter cannot be handled by the police.
Do you have anything in writing to suggest what you are saying now?
Yes, I will have submitted since Thursday last week.
To this committee. I want to see where you are telling us that it is the Police Service Commission. Sir,
I don't.
sir, let me read something to you. Let me go to 6. So unfortunately, what the retired Deputy Commissioner of Police is asking for are well beyond the Nigerian police due to the following reasons. A. Circular number EN and this, which nullified circular number CND 300/SC volume 11/101 did not originate from the force, from the police force, and therefore the police force cannot be held responsible for the Deputy Commissioner retirement on March 1st, 2010. The Deputy Commissioner of Police applied to the Police Service Commission for retirement with effect from 1st March 2010, and it was granted, indicating that there was no culpability on the part of the Nigerian police. It says some of your classmates may not have gotten to the rank of Commissioner of Police before their retirement. It would therefore not be fair for you to claim Commissioner of Police salary when there is no promotion letter to that effect, as it will be difficult to defend. If there was anybody who should be petitioned, it should be the federal government, the originator of the circulars in person under the Nigerian Police Force. Do you understand, sir?
I heard that, but it's completely not true and not possible. But force is ruled by.
Turn on your mind.
Sorry.
Yes.
Distinguished Chairman, sir.
Yes.
What you just read, I am surprised to hear that, because the police force, or police service, are guided and grown by these circulars. This is one of the circulars that you just mentioned, which is part of what I submitted to this distinguished committee. The true, this one is CND 100/S.G volume 2/101. Restoration of non-pensionability of the period of study leave without pay for officers. There is even the civil service rule, financial regulations were not written by force or the service. But that is what governs and what rules our operations and administrative do's and don'ts. This is a circular that is meant for compliance of all civil services in Nigeria, the Nigerian Police Force inclusive. So it is surprising for me to hear what the distinguished chairman has just read. The truth of the situation, like I told the committee my first day of appearing before you, was that the IG detailed the AIG budget. And the AIG, in fairness to him, told the then chairman that the story I told the committee was quite sympathetic and that they wouldn't want to wash police dirty linens in public. He pleaded with the then chairman I should go to his office. Let us address the matter. Supulomba happened to be one of the officers that was assembled in the budget office that looked at my matter. And like he said, and it is true, and I agree to that, that my problem will entail or require promotion and then payment of arrears. And that it is beyond what the budget office can do. And they promised me there and then that they were going to do a memo to that effect, telling the IG the findings of their office. And the IG in turn minuting it or moving it to the Commission for Action. I'm surprised that the AIG budget is still appearing in this matter. The matter, this is supposed to be a matter before the 9th Senate, that would have gone to the IG and then to the commission. And for the AIG budget to be sending the superintendent is quite, and then referring or turning the circulars upside down is, if not for time, I will take them one by one and explain to this district committee what is involved with reference to those circulars under reference.
The last time you appeared before the Senate,
Yes,
when the police attended, who came for the police?
AIG budget.
He himself came.
He did. With his entourage. Sukulongo was one of them that, I think there were 4 of them, were the AIG, two DCs, and 1 DC.
Okay.
So when we got to the budget office, the AIG in his window called because they have departments having specialties, officers selling those units. So he called them. And
Who is Tolani H. Alapsa?
That is the Commissioner of Police admin.
On budgets.
Yes, sir.
So he wrote that on behalf of the General Police. He assistant to the General Police. Now, Oga, we don't want to take anybody more time. Because these 2 gentlemen cannot help us. So we are going to direct that assistant to the General Police CAB on this budget should appear in this city. Should appear. If he's coming with it as a he should appear. And that's what we insist. Go to write a letter direct, go to write to Mr. General Police and copy him. He must appear. Am I clear?
Yes.
Everybody, you can continue on and on. They cannot do anything. I want that, I want this as especially of police to come. It has to
Mr.
come.
Chairman, Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, there is a question I wanted to, or what I wanted to find out from Sukulumba. After our meeting in budget office, they promised they were going to do a memo to the IG, telling the IG that this matter is beyond their office.
So don't worry, that's why we want him to come. Because the letter is sent, they agreed that when they appear before the Senate, they were given 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And that was on December of 2022. So the whole of 2023 went by, and now 2024 is going by. And we're given 2 weeks to resolve this matter and revert back to the committee, this committee. Right? This is a letter dated July 10, 2024. Is that the meaning of it? Are they not just reverting back after 2 weeks? So I want to know that first. And secondly, to come and explain to us why they are not able to attend to this matter. But the excuses they are giving here, I don't understand it. They need to come and tell us.
Mr. Chairman, to add to what I heard from that, because I don't have a copy. I have here my classmates. No one retired with any rank less than Commissioner of Police.
Okay.
So somebody to say that
then you must come with those things. Right? You will come with those things. Mr. Bush.
I think it's simply that AIG budget comes.
Yes, that's
Authoritatively stamp on where they stopped before as to decide that PSC should. And why hasn't PSC handled up to today when we're doing only 2 years? They should have done that memo TCP is talking about and then handled the thing through the PSC. Maybe we would not be here. Maybe. So I think the explanation will come from the AID as if there's any problem why they didn't go that route, which they did like out of course settlement, to discuss. And they discussed memo to be written. Why hasn't that been done since that time?
All right, so it's going to be the decision of this committee that will write again to invite. This time we are mandating, we are asking that the Assistant Inspector General of Police budget to appear in our next sitting. This letter will go to the IG and copy to him. And if he doesn't appear at that time, they will know that the police is not interested in handling this matter in a police fashion, which is supposed to be justice. That's what's becoming clear to me. Because if you appear before the Senate, and the Senate took its time to listen to all of you, the police and plenty, and then there was a resolution agreed on all of you that you go back and settle this matter and report back to the Senate in 2 weeks, and that was in December of 2022. And now we're in 2023 has come, January to December 2023. They didn't revert back to the Senate. We are now in the 7th month of 2024. And we are still hearing the same story, telling us now that it's going back, that it's no longer in their pocket, it's no longer in their hands. It's now going to Public Police Service Commission. It's taking us back to the beginning. And that's again, that is not palatable. It's unfortunate that we should be hearing this one for this force. And so, in the next date, we will write directly to the Nigerian police to first of all express our dissatisfaction with the way the police has conducted itself in this matter, and to demand that the Nigerian police budget should appear before this committee to tell us why this matter has not been able to move forward. And that will be the decision of this committee. Chairman, what dates can we take?
Close it this week. Let us close it this week.
So please communicate to your superiors that Thursday next week at 2 p.m. in this same hearing room that is shown here. All right, we are giving you a notice now to them. We don't want to hear, oh, we just got this notice now. You can't just get this notice now. All right. Is it possible for us to give them notice now? Sometimes we should have a blank one. We don't feel the news and go to them. Yeah. We should look for a way to apply that. Just blank. The date of appearance will be open on that. On a thing like this, we just put the name and everything and the date should appear and I'll sign. So please, communicate that to your superiors. Sir, again, we are very sorry that we are making you incur more expenses flying from Port Harcourt. And you stay in the hotel. This is to the police force is not fair. You know, you will retire tomorrow and look back and see the service you served, toxing you back and forth like this. It's not, I don't think it's fair at all. The police should be friendly to one another, to themselves first. Charity begins at home. So we are friendly among ourselves, we can be friendly with those who are not in uniform. the way you are treating your own is not, I don't think it's something that we can emulate. I don't think we can emulate that. So please convey this to your superiors. And so this has been the last case today. These committees are just sitting there.